What is the pettiest, silliest, most meaningless hill you are willing to die on? There was a hill near where I grew up that we called top of the world, where you could see most of our small town. There was a little gravel parking lot where people could park, and it was maybe a 200-yard walk to the point. Not many people know about it except locals, and it was kind of windy, but if I had to pick a hill then I guess that would be the one. Edit, I'm referencing the top of the world in Manhattan, Kansas. But after all of the comments and messages today, it seems like lots of small towns have their own top of the world location. Thank you to everyone for the Reddit awards I didn't even know existed, for the kind words and fun memories today. I'm normally a lurker, but this was fun. You definitely captured the spirit of the post. Improperly installed headlights should be ticketed aggressively. Blinding everyone in the road should be illegal. Edit, wow, I didn't know this many people felt as strongly about this as I did. Y'all are good company. May your fellow drivers behind you drive dimly. Thank you for the gold/silvers. If you want to give, please donate to a COVID related fund instead and make the world just a little bit better. Especially when they're right behind you. Like, buddy, if there's anything to be seen on this road, trust me, I'm going down first. You'll have plenty of time to react. But I'm only hitting the damn thing because you're literally blinding me, you wagon wheel. You're not the only person in the grocery store, lady. Move your cart to the side in anticipation of others trying to get by. It's not predicting the future, and you really need to work on your spatial awareness. Edit, I've long held the opinion that there are two kinds of people in this world, shopping cart people and non-shopping cart people. And just remember, it's always malice, never ignorance. The same for people blocking sidewalks and doorways to chat, or abruptly stopping in front of you to look at something. Push your goddamn chair in when you stand up from the table, and turn off the ducking light when you leave the room. How the dishwasher is loaded. The only thing worse than being the only one in the house who does the dishes is being the only one in the house who does the dishes properly. That box of useless cables in my closet? You know, the one that has a bunch of old USB cables, RCA cables, even S-video cables, and a load of ACK adapters I can't find the ends for. Yeah, that box is mine, and I will never throw it away. Even if it only comes in handy once a year, I'll be damned if it doesn't feel great feeling like a dang hero when your friend or family member needs one of those useless cables for something. Edit, wow, my first gold. Thanks. Also, because that feeling of realization of having a cable you need is unparalleled. I needed an optical audio cable once, and finding one in that was better than any high I've experienced yet. When not in use, the microwave is a clock. Stop leaving your unused time on there. You just have to hit the cancel button once. Damn. Real talk, why the duck don't they auto clear after like 5 minutes though? My wife wanted to get rid of the N64 I've had since '97. She said it looks tacky. I love her, but duck that edit, sorry for the late edit. I check this every few days. Thanks for the internet points. To be clear, my wife is awesome. Her and the N64 aren't going anywhere. Also, I like Joe Biden. I just have always thought he is a bit of a weirdo. My husband wants me to get rid of the VCR I bought in 1995. He says we don't need it. But what if at some point in the future, we do need it? It's not like we can get a new one. It's here, not here, here. Get it ducking right. Unless you're telling someone to stand in a very specific spot. I'm an astronomer. I know nothing about your dumber astrology signs, so stop telling/asking me about it. Click Aries. Try being more open in life. Like me, I'm pure Cancer/S. Close the dang cabinet doors. Close all the doors. OMG, my fianc does this. Never completely shuts the cabinets in the kitchen, medicine cabinet, or his dresser drawers. Infuriating. Scrape your damn plate off before putting dishes into the dishwasher. I'm home from college right now, living in a 5-person home, and my sister is the only person who understands this. Everyone else basically puts meals in the dishwasher, or they let things like cereal get stuck to the plates and cups, which drives me crazy lol. It's a dishwasher, not a garbage can. In addition, if you leave napkin/paper towels on your plate and put them in the sink, you deserve the ninth circle of hell. Should've is not, and has never been, a grammatically correct phrase. That's why I only use the good old shoulder. Flying cars are dumb. The idea is nice, until you realize that it's too much responsibility and it costs too much for your average idiot to operate legally and safely. People have enough trouble driving in 2 dimensions. I can't imagine adding a third would help the situation. People who don't mix their sour cream so it isn't suppy on top before they use it. What is wrong with them? It's as bad as people being okay with the ketchup precum dribbling all over your food. Shake the damn bottle then squirt. Those new extra safe, high visibility headlights should not be installed in any vehicles larger than a wagon. I don't need LED spotlights pointing into my eyes from the front and all 3 mirrors. Seeing is fun for other drivers too. Improperly aimed headlights are terrifically unsafe, regardless of whether they're incandescent or LED, stock or aftermarket. That, and idiots who don't shut their brights off when other cars come. Personally, I have a lifted Jeep with aftermarket LED headlights. Prior to installing them, I could barely see the road without brights on, and even with brights, it felt unsafe on country back roads. I took care to aim them properly, mark line on wall, go 25 feet back, adjust, compare to original headlights, and actually made sure they shoot ever so slightly lower than my stock headlights. The only time I ever got flashed was when I was the idiot that forgot to shut my brights off, and I deserved it. Edit. Here's the guide I used to aim the headlights and here's the Jeep edit. I appreciate the relevance of the all-seeing upvote award. Self-plagiarism is stupid and should not be a form of plagiarism. Since you are inherently giving yourself permission, it's self-referencing. Whoever thinks you're stealing from your own works is a bit of an idiot. Monopoly is an inherently unbalanced and badly designed game. On purpose. Whoever starts winning will simply keep winning, and the rest of the players get a slow slog to bankruptcy, and the winner is usually the most ruthless person at the table. This is why it breaks friendships. It was meant to show the unfairness of unregulated capitalism, and somehow it became an American classic. But compared to modern games, it's terrible. And the winner is usually the most ruthless person at the table. This is why it breaks friendships. Last time I played Monopoly was with my entire family at my sister's house. Chiz got real. People got butthurt. It was a wild night. I bought the house, so the spot in the driveway closest to the front door is mine. Roommates, park your ease on the street. Parking inconveniences at home make me irrationally angry. Where you end up parking after your spot is taken may not even be that bad, but it's the principle, especially when it's an inconsiderate roommate. Just this weekend my husband and I got into an argument because he claimed I fell asleep watching YouTube on my phone at 3 AM. I said I went to bed around 12. He's a web developer with a penchant for systems, so went to the home network. It showed no Wi-Fi traffic after 1 AM. Showed him my YouTube history. The thing I was watching was 2 hours long and was paused at 45 minutes in. So he's wrong, but here it is Wednesday. He's still butthurt about it and claims I'm gaslighting him. This is such a stupid argument. Edit. I'm on mobile so it auto-corrected gaslighting to gaslightning. Love the comments correcting, making fun of the error so it stays. We have a great relationship. These stupid arguments that go nowhere are honestly part of being in a long-term relationship. He still kissed me goodbye, told me to have a great day this morning, so nobody is really mad. Just when you're around someone 24/7, gotta keep it interesting somehow, haha. This is such a stupid argument. 99% of spousal arguments fit into this category. Source: I'm a spouse. That if my wife just stops asking me questions and watch the movie, she'll understand what the movie is about. Edit. For the record, my wife is the best person in the world, and if I were to answer this question for her, she'd probably tell me that the way I load the dishes will eventually give her a stroke. Her way does get them cleaner after all. God, my sister does this all the time. But who killed him? Why is he dead? I don't know. Sees. It's a murder mystery. Maybe we'll find out. Espresso, not espresso. I especially agree with you. Deleted. What's worse is driving across town to save 10 cents a gallon on gas. Throw away your trash at the movie theater. Throw away your trash. Period. The amount of garbage I see on my commuter train. This isn't the subway, but a train that costs $7+ to ride. Every platform has tons of garbage cans. You can't leave without piling at least one. Nope. Just litter. Litter everywhere. Edit. And since this post has gotten some traction, all you smokers out there that flick your butt out your car window or toss it on the street outside your office or the fancy restaurant you are eating at, you are ducking littering. Cigarette butts are the most common item of litter. For some reason society, for the most part, is okay with this. We shouldn't be. Smokers, stop throwing your buds on the road / pavement / parks, etc. Be better. Treat your city like your home and not a dump. Oxford, use it. So you hate those word crimes? That teleporters kill the person and create replicas on the other end. I've always thought that about AI when people talk about uploading your consciousness. Is that really you who was uploaded, or did you still die and now you have an uploaded copy of yourself? I will go to enormous lengths in order to avoid speaking with someone over the phone, email, text, go to their office, sit and fume. I don't know why exactly, but I ducking hate it. This hill is awfully crowded. It is worth pulling all the hardware off of furniture I'm throwing away. I might use it to build something someday, and screws / drawer handles / whatever are expensive. Also, never mind that huge pile of saved up hardware in the garage. My mess is my business. I have a coffee can full of screws I stripped off of chairs I was throwing away. Old toys with batteries are a bonanza of small screws. All water does not taste the same. Edit. Thanks for the silver, you'll let it again. This my first gold on here. Much love. Even water from the same source tastes different at different temperatures. If you put meat into a grilled cheese, it's not a gourmet grilled cheese. It's a melt. The meltdown. HTTPS. Live streaming your kids' punishments should be illegal. People do this? What is wrong with people? Could care less is so utterly wrong that it is quite literally the opposite of what you are trying to convey. Edit. RIP my inbox. Is this what it's like to be the top post in an AskReddit thread? This is getting weird up here. I always said I couldn't care less and people told me I said it wrong. Edit. This blew up. Thanks guys. If you tell me you are going to defiantly do something, I'm going to picture you doing it with defiance. All angry. Marching around pissed off that you had to do it. It's definitely people. Definition in it. Alien, defi and lie are two completely different words with completely different connotations and definitions. My high school English teacher used to talk about how much he loved reading about people defiantly going to collage. The imagery of someone being all in a huff and storming off to glue magazine clippings together is great. MSG is not dangerous, and it's sad. So many people miss out on its deliciousness because of misinformation. Particularly since it's in so many packaged foods, but people only really seem to be allergic to it in Chinese restaurants, not when they're crushing a tube of Pringles in a single sitting. You don't do things on accident, you do things by accident. People that don't know the difference between losing and loosing get my downvote every time. But sometimes when you loose an arrow, you lose an arrow. Chew with your mouth closed. I can't stand it when people obnoxiously smack their food in their mouths. Good lord, please chew with your mouth closed. Please don't try to have a conversation with me when I'm in another room, especially if I'm doing dishes, laundry, making food, showering, etc. I'm trying to listen to you, but cannot clearly hear what you're saying. Odds are I'm going to ask you to repeat yourself 3 times, or I'm going to ignore you until I can come to where you are. Either way, you'll likely be pissed about it. I now understand why that pissed my mother off so much when I was younger. Edit. Much obliged Reddit family for the gold. If the exhaust fan is on over the stove, or the water is running in the sink, or the dishwasher, washer, or dryer is running, I can't hear you. I'm not being a jerk and ignoring you. It's freaking white noise. Put cheese back where you got it from. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Wow, I'm a bit overwhelmed. I only recently stopped being a lurker. Thank you lovely redditors. Not every Indian dish you eat is curry flavored. Stop. I'll raise you one more. Not everything that's curry flavored is Indian inspired. My mom puts a little curry powder in her chicken/chickpea noodle soup. It adds a tiny bit of flavor and helps clear the nostrils if you're sick. It doesn't make it ducking Indian inspired. It's just a spice mix. Just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I can't play as a male character in an MMO, and I swear, if I have this argument one more time with a dude that's playing as a female character I will scream. Same with D&D. My favorite character that I've ever played was a dude. Toilet paper goes over not under. Agreed. Except if you have a cat that loves to unravel toilet paper, then that's the only reason it should go under. Effect vs effect. It pisses me off all the time when people use them wrong. I actually do not know the difference of these. Please enlighten me so I can stop being a criminal of this offense. I will argue all day long with people who use apostrophes when something is plural. Please stop. When you're talking about plural and possession, for example, if you want to talk about his multiple sisters and their possessions, is it his sister's creativity, his sister's creativity, or his sister's creativity? I learned it was apostrophe after S when I was young, and I've died on this hill so many times, but now I don't know if I was right or wrong. Every day, something that happens every day, ordinary, unremarkable. Similarly, apart and apart are opposites. Jesus. If you hate small talk and are disgusted and disgusted by the word moist and think pineapple on pizza is a crime against humanity _ there's a 50% chance you're a boring person who gets all their opinions from the internet. Sorry, I'm tired of boys on Tinder trying to be interesting and saying things like I don't care what your favorite food is, I wanna know your parents, your dreams, I'm passionate about sushi, leave me alone. Edit. People are missing the keywords here. It's about passionately hating _ these things, not just disliking them. I also don't want people to think I'm cool with making fun of people for liking popular things. I wanna hear all the things you do like, no matter how popular they are. The amount of sapiosexuals on Tinder is way too high. Han shot first. You can't tell me otherwise. George Lucas. If I remember correctly, in the original cut of the film there is no second shot. So the fact that you say Han shot first means you've already been tricked. Han was the only one who shot. 28 is the worst multiple of 7. Edit. Spelling. You've made me see something that I have only ever felt. You do not have free reign over something. It is free reign. It is an equestrian metaphor, people. Doesn't Kim Jong-un have free reign, though? You scratch an itch. You don't itch it. Also, there's no ducking G in sandwich. Sandwich? I never let either of those slide in my house. No way. Deleted. It is. I couldn't care less, because if you could care less that means you care at least one bit, but if you couldn't care less then it means you do not care at all. Leaving the lights on when there's no one in the room. This is such a stupid thing, but it just gets on my nerves. Hayden Christensen's Anakin was brilliantly acted, but poorly written. I hope you realize the irony of choosing Hayden Christensen's Anakin as your hill to die on. Red velvet cake is just a light chocolate cake filled with a ton of food coloring, and the only reason people like it is the cream cheese frosting. Yeah, I'd be better off with a real chocolate cake with cream cheese frosting. Real red velvet cake is chocolate cake plus buttermilk or vinegar, and the acid reacts with non-Dutch processed cocoa powder and turns it red. A brick red, not a vibrant bright red. It is a distinctly tangier flavor than regular chocolate cake, and food coloring is not necessary to make it red. Sorry, you've only ever had bad red velvet. On-premise is not a valid shortening of on-premises. If you are going to be lazy, shorten it to on-prem for duck's sake. I'm thinking you're in it and have been to one too many McLeod sales pitches. Do not salt the food I've made you until you've tried it. 6 years ago I made 6 roast chickens for a community dinner. They were perfectly seasoned. I asked my friend to partition the chicken while I did something else. She poured salt all over my chicken without tasting it. It was way too salty. I was ashamed it was served and fear people judge me for my over salty chicken. We remain friends, but a small part of me will never stop hating her till the day I die. Loud pipes on motorcycles. I abhor hearing them. Nothing ducking drives me more insane and fills me with blind rage. It's a nice summer evening. The windows are open and the breeze is flowing in. Then you hear why and can't hear yourself ducking. Think for 10 seconds until they par. Does the rider enjoy listening to that when they ride? Are they hoping to attract a mate? Impress someone? I don't give a duck about your pipes. The words use and utilize are not interchangeable, and 99% of the time, use is a better option. Learn to use these words correctly to better utilize the English language. Wait, what's the difference? Lime Skittles were the best original flavor, and it is a travesty that they have been replaced by sour apple. I've stopped buying Skittles because of this. You can clearly taste the difference between Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Don't at me. Coca-Cola and Pepsi, Sprite and Sierra Mist / Mist Twist, Mr. Pibb and Drive, Pepper Mountain Dew and Mellow Yellow, they are not the same. For the love of all holy ducks, if you take the last of something, throw the ducking box / bag away. Sincerely, all parents everywhere. In the ducking trash can, not on the counter above the completely full trash can. Take the trash bag out of the can, add that box bag to it, tie it up, and take it to the big bin outside. Then come in and add a new bag to the can. People who think it's harmless to put a service dog vest on non-service dogs. 1. It's a crime in 23 US states. It's a crime because people who really need service dogs should be the ones to have that privilege, not your stupid little chihuahua that can shut up. Why is it a crime? Please proceed to the following points. 2. Most of these people let other people just pet their dogs, which leads them to believe that they can do that with all service animals. This is not safe. If you pet a service animal, you are distracting it from doing its job and could lead to the injury / death of its owner. 3. Your animals are not trained service animals. It's obvious to anyone who understands anything about a well-trained animal and one that's just on a leash. An untrained animal in an unfamiliar situation creates stress for it as well as for the people around you. You are not entitled to put out other people / beings for your own comfort. I have seen people bring fake service dogs into court to intimidate domestic violence victims. People who bring their dogs to crowded convention events while the dog repeatedly bites them, and so many more. It's stupid and selfish. Just stop. Edit. Typo edit. One user asked for sources for statutes, so I did some digging, and according to this site, that cites specific statutes, only 23 states currently prosecute this as a crime. Duck yes. Actually got into an argument with my mother about this. She says her dog is her emotional support dog. Cool and valid. Having a loving animal in times of mental health hardship can be super therapeutic. Then she Amazoned a little coat for her Australian Shepherd so she could take her into Walmart and absolutely the duck not. She growls, barks at everything, tugs on her leash, and gets under everyone's feet. It came to shouting. Service dogs are trained for a very specific job and they deserve their little coats. Imo, it should be illegal to sell service dog coats unless it's from the service that provides the damn animals. The people on the elevator exit first. That means before the losers waiting for the elevator enter. Always. Every time. No exceptions. If I'm riding an elevator and you try to get on before letting me off, I will make it awkward for everyone involved, and I will have literally no shame. Is negative shame possible? I will have negative shame for making you feel awkward trying to block me from getting off the elevator. Eater, apparently my new petty hill to die on is that negative shame is obviously intended to be humorous. I know what pride is, people. I take the liberty of purposely standing nose to the door while on the elevator so whoever tries to rush in is immediately uncomfortably close with a stranger and they feel awkward. All of my family absolutely hates that I do it, but I think it's hilarious. Canadian bacon is not bacon. Everyone knows it, even the Canadians. Can't we just call it Northern ham or something? I feel like calling it bacon is disrespectful to actual bacon. It also has nothing to do with Canada. Here we call it back bacon. and in Western Canada nobody eats it. The Oxford comma is not optional. Having any sound coming from your phone over the speaker in public. TF is wrong with you? I don't need to hear your chisty music or your conversation. Bonus points if you're the scumbag with a Bluetooth speaker in your backpack blasting bay heavy songs. I hear that chiz through my noise cancelling headphones. Mr. Pibb is not the same as Dr. Pepper. I will not drink it. Please let me know if you don't have /offer Dr. Pepper and I will choose something else. Similarly, Sierra Mist is not Sprite. Don't give me Sierra Mist and tell me it's Sprite. I will know the difference. I may very well consider murder whenever I see / hear the use of for all intensive purposes. For all intents and purposes. Leaving someone on read is not disrespectful in the slightest if there was no question being asked in the previous message. Right. What are you supposed to do? Continue the convo forever? Boneless chicken wings are chicken nuggets. If it's an actual piece of chicken then no. Chicken nuggets are formed chicken mash with varying amounts of filler. It's perfectly reasonable to compare apples to oranges. They are both fruits, they are both readily available year-round, and they comprise the two primary breakfast juices. Yeah, it should be something like apples to motor vehicles. Things that are totally unrelated and would not be grouped together under normal circumstances. Close the microwave door after you take your food out. Edit. The microwave is at head height above our stove. Gonna piss some people off, but here goes. LOTR films are better than Star Wars or HP or any other film franchise. All three films are borderline perfect pieces of cinema. I'm an otherwise live and let live person when it comes to cinematic tastes, but I will lose my chiz if my opinion is contradicted in this matter. Apple pie is better than getting kicked in the balls so hard that you vomit. I'm right and other people are wrong. Edit. I will no longer be replying to comments which are really blowing up in a way I didn't expect. I have to study for finals and I have to decide what to do with the time that is given me. I'm a diehard HP fan and I love the films, but I 1,000,000,000% agree with you. I would have watched a 72-hour version of each LOTR film and still want more, but could not say the same of the Potter films. The Lion King is not Hamlet. It may have been inspired by, but it bears no resemblance at all to the plot, motivations, or central conflict of the original play. Plus they are lions. Stanced cars are ducking stupid. They're dangerous in the best case scenarios. I feel like this bothers hardly anyone but myself. It should be illegal. Same goes for dunks. Stanced, muffler removed, homemade matte spray paint finish. If anyone here does this, just know that you look like an idiot. It's nuclear not nuclear. Edit. Nuclear is how it should be pronounced. You can also get someone on board easily by showing them it sounds like nuclear. BTW. Jimmy Carter served on a nuclear sub, for Pete's sake, and he was one of the worst offenders. Say thank you at the drive-through speaker. A person provided a service. How hard is it to say thank you? My boyfriend never says thank you at the speaker and it drives me insane. I'll say thank you at the window. The person at the window may not be the same person. And how hard is it to just say thank you? After you've finished using something, say, a pair of scissors or a flashlight, put them back where they ducking belong so the next person can use them. Literally does not ducking also mean figuratively? Edit. I literally don't give a single duck. How many of you quote sources or examples proving that it does? There are already plenty of words that mean not literally. You can use one of those, or you can be wrong. Your choice. My personal hill. People use it like that because they are being intentionally hyperbolic. They know the difference. They're applying emphasis. Damn it. If you approach a crosswalk with the intention to cross and am driving, then show me you want to cross. Don't stand 5 feet away off the curb looking away all lackadaisical. I have no idea if you want to cross or are just standing looking like an idiot. I do this because I prefer the car to par, so I can cross at my own pace and not feel rushed. If I make eye contact, the driver will stop and insist I go, which is considerate, but gives me anxiety. Oh my, you watched until the end? That's fucking awesome, dude. Thanks for watching.